right now. They have done something to Legos. I'm fucking telling you guys they have. I'm telling you guys they have. There's a cooking going on. Isn't there? Are you feeling it? There's a cooking happening. It's happening to us all. There's a cooking going on. I know there is. Nice. Let's finish off this ad. Oh, finally! Fucking yes! Fuck you, game.
Why are you not all screaming?
Thank fuck for that. Healer, 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 healer. What happened, man? What happened? Good morning, everybody. I'm over here now because you guys wanted to see the chat. There's no way to get a healing pug this week. What the hell, man? Like, as soon as, what was it last week? Bolstering and Grievous disappeared, all the healers are out. Or maybe it's because it's Wednesday and it's reset day, and that's why everybody's now out getting their big high mythics done. All I can say is I tried to get a group for a really long time, and ultimately got to the point where it just wasn't worth waiting anymore. So I'm not. I'm not. So we've grabbed ourselves a group of friends. We're going to be doing My Key, we're going to do Cut Stars, we're going to play the Resto Shaman. After I've been healing recently, a load of guys were like, play the Resto Shaman again, because you love it, don't you? I do love it very much. I think it's probably my favourite healer, in terms of being able to actually be competitive and also be really fun to play. We've got all the stuns, we've got interrupts, we've got DPS, we've got pretty much everything we want here. So I want to show it off a little bit. I'm also practicing my healing. As you probably know from last week's video, is that I'm really trying to practice my healing a little bit more and get my ability level a little bit higher. It's got all rusty in the last few days, or the last few months, I should say, and I really want to pick that up. Coming back from yesterday, is Stargazers a cesspool guild? No, it's not. Yeah, you can. Anybody can join, but I'm going to claim the defense that if you've come to my community guild, it's probably because you watch my content and you actually want to get pretty decent, right? I mean, that's part of the intention, is that you want to get decent. I can't press the button. Oh my god, at this first world issue. Oh my god. I never expected... Can I not move this window? Hold on. I found a problem with my UI. Found a problem with my UI, guys. I can't press the fucking button, which is a real nightmare. Oh, that feels bad now. Are you laughing? Okay, you can laugh. I had a tremendous reset day, though. Just putting this out there. We cleared back temple. I now have the glaives on my demon hunter, and they look like this. God, look, I've got badass wings. I likes it. I like it a lot. I like it. It's not a fidget spinner. And we smashed Kill Jane again with 2 tanks. Get this. It was really awesome for me, actually. I kind of like took this opportunity to help the guys out. Because I know when I tanked Kill Jane for the first time, and I hadn't been a main tank for a while, I was really nervous because Kill Jane hurts. If you've not tanked him, Kill Jane really, really hurts. So I had 2 tanks. One of them was an alt of a DPS, so his guild kills Kill Jaden Heroic, I guess, and he'd never tanked it, so it was his tank alt. And the other guy who'd never stepped foot into Garrus at all. So when it started getting to the end, and then I mentioned Avatar, Fallen Avatar is like very heavily a tank fight. That's when they started going, So this was my solution. One, I wanted to give them both a chance. Like, the guy who was on an ult, he was pretty confident. But the other guy was like, I don't want to mess it up. Which I think is a good way of being. Is like, look, I don't want to screw you guys up if possible. But I know he wants to do it, right? He just doesn't want to make the mistake. But he still wants to do it. And that's what I want to see. Is like, I'm fine. I want to try this out. But if you want to get someone else in, that's okay. So what I did was this, is I asked one of our guys because we had a spot come up in the raid anyway. I just said, does anybody want to come to kill Jaden at the end? Which of course most people do. Which of course most people do. Does anybody want to come and do just kill Jaden and Avatar? Because the spot came up at Avatar. But what I said is like, and also has the ability to tank kill Jaden safely. Because 1 week tank on kill Jaden kind of sucks. 1 week tank on kill Jaden kind of sucks, but you can get around that with healer cooldowns and stuff. But 2 can be a real problem because you just run out of combat resis. So on our first kill, when the tanks had no idea how to deal with Fel Claws, so we were trying like dual tanking it, all kinds of nonsense like that. We were cycling cooldowns, they were splitting them and stuff, and then we figured out, okay, kill Jaden's hit's really hard, but this is how we think we deal with it. And from there, I always had tanks after that, not out of choice, but just the way it worked, who could deal with it without any issue. Except for when I tanked it, which is like on my undergeared tanks. So I wanted the guys to have a chance, because I know it's a very satisfying experience. Wow, Sanguine hurts a lot. I never really noticed this. Purge, boop, daddy's got it. So I wanted the guys to have a chance, but I also wanted the safety net. So I said, look, can someone come DPS who can also tank kill Jaden should we need it? Should we need to swap out? Because I don't want to kick the guy. The guy's tanked like the whole run, right? I don't want to do that. And so we got a member of the community in who could absolutely do that and fulfill that. Wow. That really hurts. Okay, let me focus a sec here. I'm getting overconfident in my ability to heal. This is turning ugly real fast. I'm going to healing tide this. Commanding strike. Get out of it. Woo! Alright, we're good. We're good. Ooh. I honestly had no idea that Sanguine, I've never stood in it as a mage. I've never stood in it as a mage. So I've never realized that just how dangerous Sanguine is. Pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous. But that's all good. So that's how we did it. I brought an experienced tank and told him to DPS, but we'll see how it gets on. But I want to give the guys a chance, right? I wanted to, so I taught them through it. Both of them was like, look, explain, this is Fel Claws. We had a Blood DK and a Monk. Move, dude. Move. We had a Blood DK and a Monk, so I was like, look, with Red Thirst, you can reset, you can have Vamp all the time. I'm sure he knew all this already, but I was just like, this is some things that I found out when I tanked it on these, and he hits this hard without any sort of mitigation. He'll hit you for like 6 million, blah, 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 blah. And so it was, it turned out pretty good, though, and they one-shot it. They never died, not once. It was so cool to see, because afterwards those guys were like, fuck yeah, dude. I had this whole setup planned. I knew what I was doing. It was chief. It was, that's the feeling you want, where the guys are like, oh yeah, I could do this shit, man. I mean, maybe I would have, like, previously not bothered, so you guys could have helped it out or made it easier, but that's not how it went down at all. It was fucking solid, man. It was absolutely solid. So impressed with those guys. Sometimes you just need a chance of the ability and it being okay to fail, I guess. Which is what I was very much focusing on. I'm quite glad here. So, interestingly enough, I know this is not a full pug, like some DPS are pug. I grabbed a tank and then said, I'm doing this. Anybody want to come, kind of thing. And what's really interesting is I expect Piruin's here, who's my raid leader. Piruin is my raid leader, by the way. And he's coming along. I expect, like on Volcanic, that he would be like almost an added mechanic. Now, he's going to mock me for that. But all I mean by that is that he's not going to move for anything. He's not going to move from anything, because one, he's a warlock, and that's the class fantasy, because Iron Hazakostas told him that was his class fantasy, was to take all the damage. And also, just because he doesn't give a shit, and probably because I'm healing. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, Stark's not no, it's not a cesspool guild. Like, if you're coming to the guild, there's a high chance that you actually want to get better and want to get involved in stuff. But I felt so cool today after, like, just giving people a chance to fail, because they were like, "Do you want me to swap to DPS now?" I'm like, "No, you're doing this. This is your time, man. You're doing this, not me." you're doing this, and you got to try it out. And you don't until you try it, you don't know. It's very easy to just avoid things. A volcanic though, man, comes out of nowhere. Volcanic's really easy now, isn't it? I mean, that is so obvious. You remember it was the little fucking weirdo patch? Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Resto Shaman. Why do I enjoy it so much? I have a big problem with healers, which is one of the things that turns me away from healing in terms of, like, would I ever main it again? Because I did main it for quite a long time. And that is, when it becomes to raiding, I find in a lot of cases their toolbox gets really small compared to what the class is capable of, right? So your class might be capable of lots and lots and lots and lots of things. But when it comes to actually utilizing those things in a raid environment, and as somebody who enjoys raiding, I get a little salty. Look at that fucking AoE stun, though. Mate. Well, best way to reduce the amount of damage people take? Stun the shit out of them. Wee. And that really bugs me. It bugs me endlessly that happens. It really does bug me, because I feel like once you get into the more difficult content, that a lot of what makes your class special, right? What makes it really special and interesting is taken away. And that makes me really salty about the whole thing. It does make me salty. I don't like it. So, this is the... Oh, God. I'm so dead. Oh, the volcanic. Let's healing tide this and fix this situation. We good, we good. Thank God there's no bolstering, eh? The line of sight issues on this stairs are real. I'm not sure if court is the place to be trying to dodge absolutely everything with ducking and diving and weaving. Let's get a healing rain down. I should have taken stone totem. Oh, you guys want to respect my character. I haven't even done that yet, have I? Sorry! I'm going to Ascendance. All the cooldowns. I got this. If in doubt, Ascendance it up.
You will never stop our plans.
Whew. Well, that's one way to clear out the entire side of the room. That's one way to get it done. And that's what bugs me about healing in raids generally, is I feel like your toolkit gets taken away. Not all the time, but, you know, you mostly reduce because of, like, filling niches and stuff like that. Some people are better at tank healing, some better at this healing, blah, 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 blah. I need to do more of it to have a more thorough explanation. But it bugs me because I don't like that. I want to use more of my tools when I get into a raid environment. The more I can use, the more interested I am in what I'm doing, rather than it being a little repetitive. So I did heal Heroic Tomb of Sargeras. I healed Heroic for my guild the other day. They were doing a pug run. It was 10-man, actually. I should do a whole video on like what I thought of 10-man. I didn't film it for a daily because it was a little wonky. Sorry, guys, trying talents. One talent just crushed his DPS down to nothing. And so it's one of the reasons I don't like healing, but the more tools a healer has, the more happy I am. So the Resto Shaman really appeals to me for that reason. Not only we got stuns, we got purge, we got interrupts, we got DPS that's really nice. We can mix and match with all different kinds of talents, man. Loads of cool and interesting talents that change how you play and your play style. And I feel like more than most in raids, you can be more utilitarian than that. And especially considering how it was just chain heal spam. And I know most of the Resto Shamans are going to only chain heal. But I've looked at the healing breakdowns. We got Resto Shaman in our guild. And I've checked out his healing breakdowns a couple of times when I've been interested in getting back into healing. And yeah, chain heal's not like the #1 spell. No, it's not. No, it's not. So, I'm more than happy playing the Resto Shaman. But more to the point, in Mythic Plus, what a fucking class, man. What a class. What an absolute joy of a class. Really fun. I'm not going to hide from this. Why? YOLO swaggins, mate. Plus, it does, like, nothing on +9. This is free week. Should we aim, guys, to get, like, 15s done on most classes this week? We might not be able to do it in pure pug mode, but we should be able to get something pretty magical done. I think so. I think so. This week is, like, so easy. Isn't it? It's like gift week. Ah! It's like gift week, essentially. So maybe we can get quite a lot of 15 plus done. Maybe we'll do some big mage stuff. I'm always wary of showing you guys content on my main because it's not very representative of what most people play, right? It's not really the same thing. But we could try that out. I think that we could do some really high stuff. I'm going to kick over to +9 now, but I actually tried and failed to join like 4 14s, a 16, and a 15 before getting here. I imagine there were some seriously high-level healers who would get queuing up for those, so I just had no chance. I had absolutely no chance. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if the group only needs a healer. If there's like 4 healers being picked and they all are high level, thinking. What talent was it that made him die to that, I wonder? That's mean. I take it back. I take it back. That was mean. I'm sorry. I'm just bouncing because you said it was your talents, right? Just bouncing because he said it was talents. That was really mean. I feel bad now. It came into my head. I didn't think. Now here we are. Now we're together, so... Oh well. I suppose I'll have to not... Why is she speaking like 3... Shut up. Why are you speaking like 5 times? What the fuck? Crazy. Oh, those guys are already upstairs. Okay, so what do we got? Let's see if we can find her. Gloves. No, we got... Gloves. Potions. Cape. Gloves. No gloves. You have gloves. No potions. Gloves, no cape, no gloves. Gloves, no gloves, no gloves. Gloves, potions, cape. What else? A male. It's you. Nope. Oh, it's a book. It's not potions. Rats. Rats. We were within an inch of getting it sorted. We were close, though. I believe in the closeness that we were. Ah, Pyros found him. Bastard! It would be fucking him, wouldn't it? I took a risk. I took a gamble, man. It was an unnecessary gamble, to be sure, but I took a gamble nevertheless. Bastard. Bastard. I feel terrible about it now. I feel terrible. I've got to say, I was really happy how many of you enjoyed just my little story time that we did last night. Did in yesterday's video. Susan said it was uninteresting to worry. Oh, this is what I wanted to bring up. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, some of you didn't like what I said about the prop warrior and then said, well, other guilds use it, like exhausters use it. It's not about numbers. Never about numbers. And I think that's a big point of contention and why I get called a hypocrite a lot. Because most of the time, and I should probably be more clear when I talk about this, I'm not talking about what numbers it's capable of, right? Like, what the Sims say is best or anything like that is not what I'm mostly talking about. What I'm talking about is just how it plays. The numbers are very irrelevant to me. Very, very irrelevant to me. But it's all right me saying I think the Prot Warrior is pretty lame. I think a more clear definition would be that it's pretty fundamental. It's basic. Like, it doesn't do anything spectacular. In a world where Prot Paladins are hurling shields, DKs are rotting the ground, monks are throwing beer, breathing fire, right? This is the world we live in, whether you like it or not. And the Prot Warrior is very, very fundamental. And in fact, it didn't used to be. It used to have Ravager and Bladestorm and all, you know, real fun stuff, but it's gone the opposite way. And that's what bugs me about it, because it feels old now. It feels like this old surly man. It's numbers and whether or not guilds are using them, that's really irrelevant to me in most cases. Like, super, super irrelevant.
I will speed you towards your demise.
It's really not what I'm interested in. So that's the perspective I'm talking about. Not whether or not they're viable or anything like that. That's not what interests me. What interests me is, are they fun? Like, do I want to play this night after night? Do I want to do that? And that's something we'll talk about more tomorrow, I think, is we'll talk about the idea of, do you pick a class based on its statistical numbers? Even if you're not playing top-end content? Or do we look to something else? I don't know. You guys let me know for tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.